Unfortunately, in the last episode of the Las Vegas Raiders franchise here on Madden 25, we managed to lose our very first game of Season 2. We had started 3-0, but then dropped one to Philadelphia by a final score of 20-17. Well, today we look to put that loss behind us as we now travel to Denver and take on the Broncos in a divisional matchup. But during that episode, before we went into that game against Philadelphia, I showed you guys that we were close to uncovering some dev traits. Well, the first one is left guard Bryce Westbrook, who is a superstar dev trait officially. However, believe it or not, as nice as that is not the main story here. The main story is that quarterback Michael Elliott is officially a superstar X Factor. So the man we took with the 14th overall pick is now the highest dev trait you can get in the game. And when you pair that with Ashton, Jeanty, and Brock Bowers, who are both superstar dev traits, and Jack Bech, who is a star dev trait, along with Deontay Robertson, who's a star dev trait, I am really excited for the future of this offense. But now with that out of the way, we can take a look at the Broncos roster to see exactly what we are matched up against today. They are led by quarterback Bo Nix, who was an 84 overall, but if you notice under his name, he has that bazooka tag, which means he is now a superstar X Factor as well. At running back, they have an 85 overall in Nick Chubb, who's also an X Factor. Over at wide receiver is Courtland Sutton, and then they have Larry Brown, a 78 overall rookie, and then former Oklahoma Sooner Marvin Mims at an 81 overall. At tight ends, an 85. Left tackle is going to be a 74. Left guard is Ben Powers, another former Sooner, at a 75. Center is going to be a 77. Right guard is going to be a 92, and right tackle is an 80. And then over on the defensive side of the ball, they have Zach Allen at an 85. At right end, they have John Franklin Myers at a 79. Defensive tackle is a 74. Outside linebacker is another former Sooner here in Denver, an 86 overall in Nick Benito. At middle linebacker is a 74 overall. Right outside linebacker is an 87 in Dre Greenlaw. At corner, they have PS2, who is a 98, an 85 in Jahdae Barron, and a 79 in Riley Moss. Free safety is an 85 in Brandon Jones, and then strong safety is an 87. And I know this guy used to play for the 49ers, but I don't want to try to butcher his last name. I think it's Hufanga, but I could be completely butchering that. And if I am, I'm sorry. Both of these teams are coming into this game at 3-1. We actually are rated pretty similarly. We're a little bit higher on offense, they're a little bit higher on defense, so it balances out to both be an 84 overall. And then statistically, you can see they're having a pretty solid season as well. They are 5th in the league in points per game. We are 14th. But defensive points per game, we are 4th, and they are 9th. Now, this game could also have a pretty massive impact on the playoff picture late in the season. Obviously, right now, we're both going into our 5th game of the year, so it's not really that important right now who is in 2nd place. But by the end of the year, this game could have a massive impact on the entire playoff picture. And here you can see rookie quarterback Michael Elliott's stats on the year. If it wasn't for these 7 interceptions, I would say he was having a really good rookie year, but he's got to learn to take care of the ball. Our defense would force a 3 now to start the game. So now we take over at the 28, and that one's going to fall incomplete. Trying to get it to Deontay Robertson, and it will lead to a 2nd and 10. We're going to come back in a shotgun set again. Ashton Jeanty is lined up in the backfield. Do we give it to our running back on this play? Elliott will take the ball and looks to pass. He's going downfield again, and once again in and out of the hands of the receiver. That time it was Jack Bech. That now sets up with a 3rd and 10. Back at the 28-yard line. He'll drop back to pass. Dropping farther back. Now going downfield. He's going to find his man. That's Ashton Jeanty running over a man, but cannot get the first down, and we will punt it away. On Denver's drive, they face a 3rd and 3 at the 26-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Nick Chubb, who does not get the first down. On Denver's next drive, we'll jump in where they face a 3rd and 19 from the 29-yard line of Vegas. It'll be a screen to the outside, caught by his man, hit by one man and brought down to bring up a 4th and 13. They would make that field goal in simulation, so they go up 3-0. We come out of the 30-yard line to start our next drive with a handoff to Ashton Jeanty, who is going to start this drive with a 5-yard carry to about the 35-yard line. Now it looks like Elliott's going to line up under center for a 2nd and 5. Ashton Jeanty still in the backfield. Elliott will take the snap and give it to him. He goes to the outside and will be met and brought down for just a gain of a yard. That will set up a 3rd and 4 as we try to avoid another 3 and out. Michael Elliott will come out in a shotgun set. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield. Brock Bowers is in your slot, and we are going to motion Jacoby Myers here. Elliott will drop back and look to pass. He's going to fire to the outside. That's caught by Ashton Jeanty, who has the first down, and we will get to keep this drive moving to about the 43-yard line. Now we come out, and he has 2 men in the backfield with him. One is Ashton Jeanty, the other is Taysom Hill, but it will be a play fake. And now Elliott rolling to the outside. He's going to try to take off and get brought down for just a 1-yard scramble. That will bring up now a 2nd and 9 from about the 44-yard line. And that is going to be, I believe, a neutral zone infraction on Denver. And it would move us up to face a 2nd and 4 now at the 49-yard line. And a shotgun set. We're going to send Bowers in motion. He lines up on the outside. Elliott will drop back. A quick throw over the middle will be caught by Sean Bishop, a rookie receiver. They rule he got the first down due to forward progress. Now it will be a pistol formation. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield will take the snap and give it to Jeanty, and that is going nowhere. In fact, it's a loss of 1. That brings up a 2nd and 11. Back in his shotgun set again, Elliott will drop back and look to pass. Standing in the pocket, has a lot of time, and finally will let this one go, and he finds a man open. That is our backup left tackle, Charles Grant, because we are down to tight end, and apparently he's good enough to play it. I'll take that. Should I have maybe tried to make roster space for a 3rd tight end? Sure, but why? It's actually working here. Now as we start the 2nd quarter with a handoff to Ashton Jeanty, he gets down to the 16-yard line. Ashton Jeanty still in the backfield. Do we go back to our star running back here? Elliott will take the snap, and it's going to be a play fake. And now he's throwing this one downfield. That'll be caught by Brock Bowers, but it is for absolutely nothing. 2nd and 10 coming up. Elliott's going to line up under center for this play. Jeanty in the backfield. He will drop back and look to pass, though. Now we're on to the outside. Throws across the field. That's caught by Taysom Hill, who will get down to the 7-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 1. Let's try to not settle for a field goal, guys. Out of a shotgun set, Elliott will look to pass. Firing to the outside, and he will find his man. Touchdown to Jacoby Myers as we go up 7-3. We would get the ball back, and we're going to jump all the way to the 10-yard line here for a 1st and 10. Elliott will take the snap and look to pass. Going over the middle to a wide-open Deontay Robertson. Touchdown, Vegas. During simulation, our defense would force another 3 now. We have the ball here with 2 minutes to go in the first half from our own 36-yard line. Going downfield, and there's an incomplete ball to bring up a 2nd and 10. Elliott's going to line up under center here. Ashton Jeanty is lined up in the backfield, but he will look to pass. It's a quick throw caught by Bowers, who was brought down for just a gain of 2 to bring up a 3rd and 8. There is a chance Denver's going to get the ball here before halftime. From the 39-yard line, can we keep this drive moving? They're bringing up blitz. Elliott going over the middle to a wide-open man. That's Jack Bech to about the 50-yard line, which will keep this drive moving. We come out and quickly snap it for the next play. Going over the middle again, caught by Jacoby Myers, and that's a 1st down to about the 39. We would end up burning our first timeout with 46 seconds to go here in the half. Elliott will drop back, and he's going to try to get rid of it, but hit as he's throwing. That one falls incomplete. We'll come back in another shotgun set for 2nd down. He'll drop back, and he's going to go deep downfield, and that should have been intercepted by PS2, but we will live to see the 3rd and 10. That was a risky ball. You got to put that a little bit higher so your receiver has a chance at it. On 3rd and 10, he'll drop back and look to pass again. He's going to throw this over the middle, caught by Ashton Jeanty, brought down to the 36, and I imagine we will now just see Daniel Carlson here in the final seconds of the first half. For about a 53-yard try, snap, hold, kick is away, and it is going to be good. Jumping into the 2nd half, where we would get the ball first, but had a 3-and-out in simulation. Now the Broncos face a 3rd and 4 on their first drive of the 2nd half, and Bo Nix is going deep, finds his man, juking people out and into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. That was a pretty impressive play, I'm not going to lie. And just so you guys know, this is rookie receiver Larry Brown and what he can do. Won a jump ball over Asante Samuel, got away from Justin Simmons, and then broke that tackle against Samuel to find the end zone. Let's see if we can avoid a 2nd straight 3-and-out here in the 2nd half. It's a 3rd and 6 from the 34-yard line. He'll drop back and look to pass. He's going to throw this downfield, and that one's going to be knocked away, and we will once again have to punt. Looking to tie the game up on this drive. The Broncos face a 3rd and 9 at the 37. Nix will drop back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket under pressure and just throws this one away. So we will actually watch this now kind of long field goal try. It's going to be about a 49-yard attempt to try to make the score 17-13. If we end up with another game by a final score of 20-17, I'm going to be a little bit pissed. Even though, all right, yeah, now there's not really a chance we can do that. I don't know what I'm saying. There definitely is, because now if Denver scores a touchdown, it's 20-17. But either way, we face a 3rd and 9 from the 31. Elliott throws over the middle and finds Jack Bech to convert on this 3rd down. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Elliott back in shotgun with a brand new set of downs here. He's going to send Brock Bowers in motion. He will take the snap and look to go downfield again. He fires over the middle and finds Brock Bowers, who will have the 1st down into Broncos territory. The next play would just be a 1-yard run by Ashton Jeanty, so now it's a 2nd and 9, and Elliott will look to pass. He's going deep downfield. It's a jump ball, but it will fall incomplete. Trying to get it to Brock Bowers, and now that results in a 3rd and 9. Elliott back in shotgun to try to keep this drive moving. I imagine if we don't get this, we would just punt it away instead of attempt a long field goal. It's going to be a screen to the outside, but Ashton Jeanty will get the first down, or at least close. They give him the first at the 35. We are nearing the end of the third quarter here. Elliott lines up under center. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield. Michael Elliott will drop back to pass, fires to the outside. That's going to be caught by Jacoby Myers, brought down for a gain of 7. And then that should, never mind, it will not take us to the end of the third quarter because I imagine we're going to snap the ball one more time. It could take us down to the end of the third quarter, but I don't think our quarterback's going to let that happen. Hand off to Ashton Jeanty for the first down, brought down to the 20, and now we head to the final quarter. We have officially reached the red zone here. Elliott will drop back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle and find Jacoby Myers. That was one of the best throws I think I've seen him make right over a defender. But I then simulated the extra point, and apparently we missed it, so it's just a 10-point game here as they have gotten down to the 16-yard line. Hand off to Nick Chubb, who's going to go up the middle for a gain of about 6 to bring up a 2nd and 4 at about the 10-yard line. And Bo Nix is going to come out in a 5-wide set here. See if he tries to go to the end zone or see if we can bring pressure. He will look to pass. A wide open Marvin Mims over the middle, and he'll have a 1st and goal at about the 2-yard line. Now Bo Nix is going to line up under center. I imagine this is going to Chubb. Never mind, it's going to be a pass play. He rolls to the outside, and Bo Nix may take off, and he will touchdown Broncos. They make it a 3-point game. I am not a massive fan of the situation we are in. We face a 3rd and 13 from the 48-yard line to try to keep chewing away the clock. Elliott going downfield, and that bounces off the hands of Pat Surtain, or Surtain. I'm not real sure which way it is. I should know how to say his name considering he's like the best DB in the league, but we will end up punting this ball away. So let's see where their offense will get to take over with 7:48 to play in the game. The snap, the punt is sent deep, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the, 15-yard line. There is 7:43 to play in the game now. From a shotgun set, Bo Nix will drop back to a pass. Going downfield, he'll find his man, and that'll be a gain of about 7 yards to bring up a 2nd and 3. He's going to line up under center again, this time from the 22-yard line. It'll be a play fake. Looking to go downfield, he fires and will miss everybody, and that brings up a 3rd down. And with 7:04 to go, if we can actually stop them here, I imagine they would punt it away. It's going to be a play fake. Nick's looking to go downfield. He'll let it go, and he misses his receiver, and they should punt this one. Following the punt, we take over at the 48-yard line with 6:52 to go. We'll run a play fake. Now throw this one to Jacoby Myers for the 1st down. No, they rule it 2nd and inches. Now he'll come out with Taysom Hill lined up at fullback. Ashton Jeanty still in at running back here. Take the snap and go right up the middle. Jeanty has the 1st down, following his blocks, and we'll get all the way down to the 33-yard line. That will lead to a shotgun formation for Elliott as he will look to pass again. He's going to fire this over the middle and has a wide open Jack Bech all the way down to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal Raiders. Elliott back in his shotgun set again. Will we give this one to Ashton Jeanty? No, we will not. He'll look to pass. Fires to the outside. Caught by Brock Bowers, who's going to cut up field. And he is brought down, I believe, inside the 1-yard line. Yeah, that is about as close as you can get without actually scoring. On 2nd and goal, it will be a pass play, apparently. Never mind, Elliott rolling to the outside. Now finally lets it go, and he finds Jack Bech in the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. The Broncos, with 2:19 remaining, need to have 2 possessions here, but face a 4th and 8 at R44. Nix will drop back, going over the middle. He'll find his man, and they will convert here to keep their hopes alive. They have not burned any of their timeouts yet. That play will take them down to the 2-minute warning. From the Raiders 31, Nix will look to pass again. He's going to fire this over the middle, find his man, and that will be close to the marker. They rule it 2nd and inches, and now they will burn their 1st timeout. Which now means if they score, they need to get an onside kick. Going over the middle, he'll find his man. That's Marvin Mims for the 1st down, who has 8 catches for like 107 yards, I think that just said. Now 1st and 10 from the 13. Under pressure, getting sacked on the play by Tonka Hemingway back to the 19, and now they will burn their 2nd timeout. Now that leads to a 2nd and 15. Nix is back in shotgun, will draw back to pass again. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught by his man, and that's Nick Chubb breaking one tackle and getting forced out of bounds with 1:17 to go. It brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Broncos. The more time you burn, the more of a miracle you're going to need. Bo Nix back in shotgun, will take the snap. 1 timeout remaining, going to the end zone, and will miss his receiver. That brings up a 4th and 9. And they will just kick a field goal here to make it a 7-point game. And I guess just count on the onside kick to come through for them. The snap, hold, kick is away, and it is good. And here we go. Game on the line for the Broncos. The kick is away. And it was a decent onside kick, but it will be recovered by Jack Bech, who was immediately brought down. So that will take us to our final score today of 30-23, and what a day from our rookie quarterback, Michael Elliott. He played absolutely amazing today. I think he ended up with 4 passing touchdowns. I really don't think you can ask for a much better day from your quarterback than going 28 of 40 for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Ashton Jeanty got 49 yards on 13 carries, and receiving Jacoby Myers 7 for 87 and 2 scores. Bech got a touchdown, and Deontay Robertson got 1 catch, but it was for a 10-yard touchdown. It would appear that Jeremy Chin actually leads our team in tackles today with a total of 8 sacks. Tonka Hemingway came away with 2, and Baron Browning got 1, but we got no interceptions. Because I would say that Bo Nix did not play a bad game either. 25 of 37, 278 yards and a touchdown. Running the ball, Nick Chubb got 62 yards on 15 carries. Bo Nix did run in for a touchdown as well. And then Marvin Mims, 8 for 107 was their best receiver. And Larry Brown did get that one very impressive touchdown that we saw. Moving on to our next game, we get to face the other horse team in the NFL as we now head back to Las Vegas and get to host the 4-1 Indianapolis Colts. They are led by an 80 overall in Anthony Richardson. At running back, they still have an 89 overall in Jonathan Taylor. Wide receivers, an 83 Michael Pittman, an 83 Josh Downs, and a 79 Alec Pierce. Tight end is going to be an 82 overall in Tyler Warren. Left tackle is an 86. Left guard is going to be a 92. Center is a 75. Right guard is a 74. And then a right tackle is an 81. Over on defense, we are looking at a 78 overall at left end. At right end is a 79. Defensive tackle is an 85. Outside linebacker is going to be a 75. Middle linebacker is an 81. Right outside linebacker is a 73. At corner, they have an 87 and an 86. Free safety is a 78. And strong safety is going to be an 84. You can see on this screen, we are higher rated than them in every single category, but when you take a look at these season stats right now, their defense is apparently better than ours. They are 3rd in defensive points per game. We have dropped all the way down to 8th, but our offense has gone all the way up to number 10. On the very first drive of the game, the Colts have managed to get down to our 38-yard line where they face a 3rd and 4, and this drive will continue as they get down to the 25-yard line. Anthony Richardson comes back in a shotgun set for the very next play. He will take the snap and look to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught along the sideline. That's going to be an 8-yard play down to the 17. Just back-to-back plays for Alec Pierce now. And here comes a 2nd and 2. Richardson will draw back to pass again. And now he's going to roll to the outside under a lot of pressure. And Max Crosby will bring him down back at the 29-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 15. A massive loss on that play. They will come back in shotgun again. Jonathan Taylor still lined up in the backfield, but I imagine this is going to be a passing play as he will actually look to take off, and Richardson across the 20 has the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5-yard line. We have to account for him running because if you don't, stuff like that is going to happen all day. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. He'll drop back and look to pass. Run to the outside. He gets away from Tonka Hemingway and will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Looks like our offense now faces a 3rd and 6 of their own 47 on our very first drive of the game. Elliott out of shotgun will drop back to pass, dropping farther back, and now he's going to let this one go. That'll be caught by Bowers, and it results in a 4th and 1 from the 48. Are we going to go for this? Please just line up and go for it. No, we are in fact going to just punt this one away. We will stand to make sure we actually don't fake this one, but no, it looks like the punt will be sent deep, and the Colts are going to get the ball back at about the 12-yard line. Thankfully, our defense would force a 3 and out, but now we have the ball back, and it's a 3rd and 13. We're going to try a screen to the outside, caught by Jacoby Myers, and getting nowhere near the marker. We will once again have to punt. And on their following drive, they face a 3rd and 7 all the way down to the Raiders' 21-yard line. Can we hold him to a field goal try? He gets away from the pressure, but is ultimately brought down by Max Crosby. 4th and 10. And it would appear they are just going to kick a 41-yard field goal. Kick is away, and it is good, giving them a 10-0 lead. With only 2:36 to go here in the first half, let's go ahead and just watch this drive. We started around the 30-yard line. We'll send Brock Bowers in motion. Let's see what's going wrong with the offense today. Elliott will drop back, going downfield. He'll find Bowers. That'll be a gain of 6 to bring up a 2nd and 4. Now he's going to line up under center. And we'll snap it right before the 2-minute warning. He's going to throw this to the outside, but overthrow everybody. That will take us down to the 2-minute warning officially. Now it's a 3rd and 4 from our own 36-yard line. Back in a 5-wide set, he'll take the snap, and a quick throw over the middle will be caught by, I believe, Brock Bowers for the first down to about the 43. Now we're just running no-huddle offense despite the fact we have all 3 timeouts. Elliott will draw back. Another quick throw to the outside, caught by Ashton Jeanty, who gets out of bounds for a gain of 5. Elliott now comes out as the only one in the backfield. He's going to drop back and look to pass again. Standing back in the pocket. Now he's going to look to take off. Throws on the run deep downfield and finds a wide open Brock Bowers at the 22-yard line, who gets out of bounds. Now just a minute 31 to play here in the first half. Elliott will take the snap, and he's going to the end zone this time, but it gets deflected away. Nearly intercepted. Trying to fit that one to Deontay Robertson. It does not pan out, and now it's a 2nd and 10. He's going to come out as the only one in the backfield for this play. Elliott will take the snap and look to pass again. He's going to fire this over the middle to a wide open Brock Bowers, who will get all the way down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal Raiders. And let's see if we just give this one to Ashton Jeanty now. Under 50 seconds to go here in the first half. From a shotgun set with what looks like 3 tight ends, and we give it to Jeanty, who will walk into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Going into the second half, we would get the ball first, and in just 2 plays in simulation got all the way down to the 20-yard line. And now we give it to Ashton Jeanty, who will be met in the backfield for a loss of 3. We now face a 2nd and 13. He's going to send a man in motion. Now Elliott firing over the middle will find Jacoby Myers all the way down to the 2-yard line to bring up a 1st and goal. Elliott will now come out under center for the very next play. It'll be a handoff to Ashton Jeanty, who will fight his way down to about the 1-yard line if they don't rule it the half-yard line, and they will. Now he comes out. Jeanty is still the running back, but Taysom Hill is now lined up at fullback. Do we just go right back to our running back here? He takes the snap, and it will be a read option as Michael Elliott will walk into the end zone completely untouched, and we will take the lead 14-10. We are now going to jump much later into the third quarter with just 2:13 to play in this quarter. It's a 3rd and 8 from the 49. Richardson will look to pass here, and he's going to be under pressure and get brought down on the play. That is sack number 4 for our defense today. So they would punt the ball away, and now we have driven all the way down to their 22-yard line out of a shotgun set. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught by Bech, who goes out of bounds for a gain of 7. Now that brings up a 2nd and 3 from about the 15-yard line. He'll take the snap, hand off to Jeanty, who got absolutely popped there, and now we face a 3rd and 5. This would be a massive stop for the Colts defense, because obviously that would keep it a 1-score game if we can get a field goal. From under center, we give it to Ashton Jeanty, who goes to the outside, and he's going to fumble the ball. That's an even bigger stop as Indianapolis has recovered it. I don't think we have seen him fumble at all in this series, and now he just turned it over huge. Several plays into the Colts drive. They face a 3rd and 4 from the 49. A quick throw will keep this drive moving, brought down to the Raiders' 41-yard line. Now Richardson's going to line up under center. He's going to send a man in motion. This will be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor up the middle, who is going to get met for a gain of about 3 yards to bring up a 2nd and 7, now the 38-yard line. Richardson's going to line up in a shotgun set, and it looks like their backup running back has checked into the game. He will look to pass here. And he's going to step up in the pocket and now just throw this one away, and they will live to see another down. And that down will, in fact, be 3rd and 7. Still at the Raiders' 38-yard line. Richardson back in shotgun. Jonathan Taylor still has not checked back into the game either. He's going to look to pass. A wide open man. What the hell just happened? Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, I guess I can tell you what happened. That was completely blown coverage for Tyler Warren. Now we come out to start our next drive with about 7 minutes to go and start with a 4-yard run to Ashton Jeanty. Now we're going to line up in an I formation. Jeanty is still in the backfield, and Taysom Hill is now lined up at fullback. We're going to motion him out, and then we're going to give this one to Jeanty, who tries to follow his blocks to the outside. Gets one hell of a block. Ashton Jeanty down the sideline, brought down to the 48-yard line. Michael Elliott back in a shotgun set again. Now in Colts territory, we'll drop back. A quick throw. That one's going to fall incomplete. Was not the most accurate pass he has ever thrown, and it brings up a 2nd and 10. Now we come out with 2 guys in the backfield. One, Taysom Hill. The other one is Charles Grant, our 3rd-string tight end currently. And it will be a handoff to Ashton Jeanty, trying to follow his blocks, and that will not go anywhere. 3rd and 11. Michael Elliott's going to be the only one in the backfield for this play here. We need to convert this to keep the drive moving. And he's going to look to run immediately and get brought down. 4th and 12, and we're going to count on our defense to get us the ball back. The Colts get the takeover at the 26-yard line with 4:38 to go. We do have all 3 timeouts if we need them. Handoff to Jonathan Taylor, who will be met and brought down. He meets Max Crosby to get that final big hit. Only a 2-yard carry. So now it's 2nd and 8 with about 4 minutes to play in the game. Still in a shotgun set. Will this one go right back to Jonathan Taylor? No, it will not. It's going to be a read option. Richardson keeps himself to the outside and will get close to the marker. They give him the first down. Anthony Richardson back in a shotgun set again. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the game. He'll take the snap and look to pass this time. Going to the outside, caught by Warren, who will break that tackle and go out of bounds. They give him forward progress of 4 yards, so it brings up a 2nd and 6 from the 40. It'll still be a shotgun set. Will this one go to Jonathan Taylor? Yes, it will, and he will not find much space. Brought down for just a gain of a couple yards. That leads to a 3rd and 4. A huge chance for our defense right now to get our offense the ball back and keep all 3 timeouts. From the 43-yard line, Richardson in shotgun will take the snap and looks to pass. He throws on the run and finds his man. That's Michael Pittman for the 1st down. That would take us down to the 2-minute warning, where it's a 1st and 10 at about the 50-yard line. He'll take the snap, hand off to Taylor, who goes up the middle and meets a couple guys and is brought down for just a 1-yard play. We have burned our first timeout with 1:57 remaining. Anthony Richardson's going to line up under center. Jonathan Taylor is the running back, and they go back to him on the outside, and he's finally met and brought down. Just a 1-yard carry again as we burn our 2nd timeout. Now a 3rd and 8 from the 48. Richardson still is shotgun set. He will look to pass this time. We need to get this stop. He's going deep and finds his man over the middle for the 1st down, all the way down to the 24, and we have to burn our final timeout, which ultimately leads to your final score of 17-14 today. The offense didn't look near as good as it did in the last game against a worse rated team, which was kind of weird to see. I feel like we were running the ball a lot on that last drive that our offense had, and I feel like we probably should have been throwing the ball just a bit more. But whatever, we lose this one, we fall to 4-2 on the season. Yeah, like I was saying, we ran the ball a bit too many times on that final drive. With the way Michael Elliott was playing today, we should have put the ball in his hands. 18 of 22 for 221 yards. On the ground, Ashton Jeanty did get 62 yards and a score, and Michael Elliott also ran in for a touchdown. Receiving, Brock Bowers did get 7 catches for 103 yards. It would appear that DJ Turner and Nakobe Dean lead our team in tackles today with a total of 10. Max Crosby got 3 sacks, and Zadarius Smith got 1, but we got no interceptions. And on the other sideline, Anthony Richardson goes 20 of 27 for 244 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor goes for 87 yards, and Richardson also ran in for a score. Then receiving, Alec Pierce 8 for 111, and Tyler Warren 6 for 81 and a touchdown. I don't usually do this, but I would say there were 2 really big key moments in this game. One of them being this fumble by Ashton Jeanty, because I feel like this just completely flipped the momentum of the game. He fumbled this one away. The Colts are able to recover it. And then that leads to their ensuing drive, where this ends up happening. Richardson takes the snap. Just no one, and I mean no one's even looking at Tyler Warren as he lines up in the slot. Looks like Nakobe Dean was lined up over him, but he comes inside and just leaves this space wide open, and Warren walks into the end zone without anyone really even near him. I mean, Justin Simmons was there by the end, but when he catches this ball, look at this. He's at the 20-yard line. There's no one within 10 yards of him here. However, we cannot dwell on that loss too long because we have to get ready for our next game, which is against the 1-4 New York Giants. Now, obviously, this will be in the next episode, but just to show you guys, we are still currently in 2nd place in our division, and it looks like Kansas City has now lost a game.